today. No more donuts and energy drinks. Sad day for all mankind right now. I'm gonna pull them into this mug quick. Oh. Sad day. I'll be like an hour drive or something today, fellas. Nothing too wild. Nothing too wild. Oh my God. Oh, well, got the next one. Let's get a good pull. Military operation? Will Russia win the special military operation? And YouTube will kick me off. Nope, we're good. All right. All right. Let's ride. Hold on, take a bite. Okay. An apple away keeps the doctor away, or apple a day keeps the doctor away. Green apples are bomb. I might lose you guys for a bit, but it's because I'm just on top of a hill and I'll go through a canyon. But hang on tight. The compound's always open. We'll see how it all goes today. Today's Friday, right? Oh my goodness. Oh, thank goodness. You know, energy drink, I have my water full of ice and my Yeti. I can't see the screen, so if anyone says hi, I just want to say hi back. Apples always feel like they clean my teeth, man. You know? My breath always feels refreshed after I eat an apple. Yes, Russia will win. All right. Ruski! Harris for prison. She has my vote for prison. What's up, Kevin? She's a California lady, man. She didn't get one vote out here in California, so I wouldn't worry about Harris. She's a commie, dude. bottoms up. So you think the Ruskies will win, huh? Ruski! Are you like Shimon? You ever heard of Shimon? They're full of Ruskies. You're not a true Russian fan if you don't know who Shimon is. Yeah, Harris, man, I wouldn't worry about Harris, Kevin. She'll get some votes because people are really dumb, but she's a commie, man. Americans are smarter than that. I don't know what she would go to prison for, but I'm a big Harris fan. You guys should all vote for Kamala because she's a camel. Can you imagine that being our first woman that we put in the presidency? Oh, how far has the tables have turned, huh? Yeah, Charlie, you got to give me some criteria on how the Ruskies will win. Do you think Ukraine will just surrender? You know, how are they going to pull that off? This special military operation, huh? Do you think that was a smart thing for Putin to do, or should he just declared war? That's what normal people usually do. They'll declare war. Why did he have to do the special military operation thingamabobber? Yeah, Harris is a commie, dude. No one likes communism. It's all fake. It's all fake. Putin doesn't even like communism. They're not even communism over there anymore in Russia. It's just more of a dictatorship, huh? Right? I mean, they don't believe in anything over there. What do they believe in Russia? Anyone can tell me? They got that weird church that they go to, and I don't know. I don't think, they're a state of atheism or something where they don't believe anything. They'll believe in whatever the government tells them, or if they can't believe in that, then they'll just, do whatever they're told with the little robots. And that's sad, man. I mean, that's human life. And oh wow, man, you can't see nothing out here. Wow. A lot of fog. I'm driving through a cloud today, boys and me ladies. It'll be a short little drive, ain't nothing special today. I'll lose you in a little bit up here. Oh, will Russia win the special military occupation? No. Looks like they won't, fellas. The people have voted. The people have voted no. Why would someone so strong, Putin-esque figure, why would someone like that all of a sudden just say he's not going to war, he's declaring a military operation, which doesn't really make sense. 2 years later, almost 3 years later, he's gonna, I don't know, man. Putin's in a world of hurt. And remember, he always has to be the strong man. He can never be wrong. He can never be wrong. Alright, shades are going back on. And Harris, Harris for prison. Thank God you're not a judge there, Kevin Garcia, if that's your real name. Thank God you're not a judge or anything, because we would all be locked up. You would just throw people in there for no reason. Yeah, I'm not a big Kamala supporter myself. She but it's the same chant, same thing, lock her up, lock. It's the same chant people do for, the left with Bidenomics. It's just a slogan to get dumb people to vote for you, or to think that you were going to actually put a political person in prison. That's literally our whole justice system is supposed to stop, is political imprisonment. And they tried, but they failed, because there's judges, good judges. Trump, I don't want to lock Kamala up. I'd rather just have her not run anymore, right? I mean, that's the key there, huh? The key is to show them they're wrong. And not to show them, to show the people that they're speaking to. And I think that's been happening for quite some time. Oh boy, that was a long lag, fellas. It's this canyon I'm going through. Gotta bear with me now. You want to go on the adventure, you gotta take the bumps, right? Throw a little salt in that wound, and that would be it. I don't know. I think Kamala should win. I think we should hear her laugh. I think there should be fixed pricing, so greedy corporations can't raise their prices, right? I think that someone that doesn't know anything about business should be involved in businesses. I think that should work. I think that should work, right? It would be great. I think everyone would win if that happened. Can you imagine the government fixing prices? Oof. You know what that's called? Communism. All right. I love that's my favorite word in the whole universe. Because whatever you believe in, and someone tries to convince you otherwise, I just call it communism. It's that simple. It's that simple. That's why Germany invaded Russia, dude. That's why Germany invaded Russia. For many other reasons, but I guarantee that's one of them. It's great. It's great. And that's why Ukraine is invading Russia now. Ah! Oh, no one likes Russia. Russia gets invaded all the time. Well, now they've been invaded. Yeah, I gotta stop going through this canyon. It's freaking vote Trump. What's up, Devish? Hell yeah, brother. Show that support, man. It's gonna be an interesting election this year, fellas. Interesting election. Democracy is on the line, that they say every year. He's like a Hitler on the line. Every time it's doomsday in one side or the other. It's just exhausting. Worry about your own kingdom, your own castle. And you always got to pay taxes because you need an army. So it's a love-hate thing. If you're a lazy piece of crap, you'll hate it. If you're a hard-working, patriotic American, you'll love it. It's easy. It's that simple. If you're lazy and struggling for money and don't know what to do, well, that's on you, buddy. Sorry you had no one helping you out, or maybe you messed up early in life because you thought life was a game. You know why people think life is a game and they don't take life serious? Because they have an easy life. It's true. Those are just facts. Those are just facts. That means like, they never took anything serious growing up. They never got that job when they were, my first job, I was, I think, in 7th or 8th grade, 12, 13 years old. Most people wait till they're 20 and get some 40-hour-a-week job, and then they expect to buy a house and all this other stuff when they never. Dude, it takes so much longer in life to do all that, and you better start when you're 12 or 13 years old. Everyone that listens here's probably worked at a very young age, for sure. I know Jimmy has. It's tough. Devish, vote Trump. I will, buddy. I will. It'll be great. It was a success on the very first day. Don't cry, Abu. What's that? Tim Dillon? No, not Tim Dillon. He's a comedian. He goes, "Don't cry, Abu." I wouldn't have cried. Yeah, those people, that expect everything to be given to them, has never had a really hard life. They don't understand why they have to work. They don't understand why working 40 hours a week is a struggle and why they can't afford a house. They should be able to, right? The system told them to. People told them to, right? People in a faraway place told you how to run your life, and now you can't afford anything. You're 40 years old. And if you're younger, all you have to do is keep upgrading that resume, man. Build on top of the resume. Never have time off. Always work, and you can still have fun. I've done it for years. And then when you land your cushy 40-hour a week job with good insurance and a 401k and all this other good stuff that comes with a nice path, your pay will match your hours. It's hard though, man. You gotta work your arse off to do it. You gotta stay clean, have a good driving record, no DUIs, especially out here in California. Yeah, see, there's a little oil rig. California, right back where we started from. California. Anyone see Orange County or Laguna Beach? Come on, fellas. Come on. I know someone has in this. Do you support Hamas? What's up, Kelly Fisker? Do I support Hamas? Does it look like I support Hamas? Moron. Does it look like I do? Jesus Christ. What a dumb question. No, I'm. Do you, Kelly? Hamas. You can't support Hamas. Here's the thing, guys. You can't support a terrorist organization that thinks you're an infidel, man. To those people, no, just asking. You never know. Oh, okay. So you're being legit. Sorry, I thought you were being a smart arse. No, we're infidels to them, Kelly. We're non-believers, so you can support them, but the minute they have control, you're a non-believer and they're gonna kill you. It's that simple. Hamas, the Houthis, any group in the Middle East You're not Muslim. I don't understand how people, I love Christ. Oh, okay, hey, Kelly, I love you too. My name's Matt, but I'm just kidding. Pulling a fast one. No, man, I mean, you can't support those groups because you're a non-believer. They look at you like dirt under your nail. You know, that's the truth. No one likes to hear it. Love, brother, you too, man. That's the truth, man. You know, no one's taught that. It's like, you know, do you support Palestine? And it's like, what are you talking about? You can't support something that doesn't like you. I don't understand how people. I'm not Muslim. I can't support that because I want to. I would love to, you know, protect the people of Gaza and Palestine or whatever. I'm sure there's very lovely people there, but I'm a non-believer, buddy. I can't. There's nothing I can do or say that will ever help them because they look at me like a pile of crap. It's that simple. We're infidels. If you don't know what an infidel means, it means a non-believer. So if you guys don't believe in it's trash, I believe that. Yeah, if I were Israel, I would demolish the whole place and tell the people to go away. I don't have any sympathy for the Middle East or anything like that out there. I have zero, especially after they attack Israel, which, you know, doesn't do anything. They just kind of hang out and pray and do some sort of business with everyone around them, like Egypt and Jordan and the United States. And the leadership of Hamas has paid the price because is there like any of the leadership left? I don't think so. Not really, man, right? Especially if you believe in Christ. If you believe in our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, you're definitely going to have a bad time in the Middle East. There's not one church out there. Not one, you know. And that's sad. They won't allow anything like that out there. If you're a woman, good luck. If you're a woman out there and you're caught alone, walking around, first of all, you can never be alone. You always have to be with a man if you're a woman. Second, if a guy takes advantage of your female figure, it's your fault. Lucky I'm in US right now. Yeah, man. We're all lucky we're born here, and we're all lucky our families came from somewhere else and came here and didn't, you know, ruin the country by fighting each other. And that's what, you know, other countries won't allow. Other countries won't allow other people to live in their country and without, you know, look at Russia. There's only Russians in Russia. Yeah, that's it. They won't allow anybody else. Germany had that problem. You know, United States, my neighbor's black. Most of my neighborhood is Filipino or Vietnamese. My neighbor directly to the right is black, and directly to the left is Indian. Beautiful family, 2 kids, go to the same high school I went to. It's great, man, you know. Got a couple white people down the street, I guess, if you want to call them by their skin tone. You know, and guess what? We all get along. We all celebrate Christmas, Thanksgiving. Even if they don't celebrate it in their house, they'll come out and say Happy Thanksgiving and Merry Christmas. The people that are Indian, I don't know if Indians believe in Christmas, but they still put up lights because it's cool and their kids like it. You know. But in Russia, all Russian. I'm Jewish blood. Oh yeah, dude, you wouldn't last too long in Gaza, brother. Yeah, stay in the U.S., man. Stay in the U.S. I wouldn't want to go anywhere else. It's just not worth it, man. It's not worth your life. You go to Iraq, Afghanistan, Iran, non-believers. We're all non-believers. I don't care if you're black, white, Indian, Asian. If you don't believe in the Prophet Muhammad and Allah, they'll what they do. They were doing in Iraq. Um, they would capture us, put us in a cage, light us on fire, and then push us in a jug of water. They would do that to contractors. ISIS was even worse. So those are the foundations of Gaza and Palestine and the Houthi rebels, and Israel has a formidable army that will do the right thing when it's called on. So it'll be interesting down there. And this has been going on since, a couple thousand years now with the Crusades. One of the Crusades lasted like they owned, I don't know, I'll be making it up, but Crusades, this has been going on, and it's a holy war. There will always be a holy war. That's what I almost call the war I fought under. It was, Catholic Christians, Jews, whites, black, Asians versus Muslims. And majority of those people are Christian, Catholic. Some people I fought with didn't believe in nothing, so we all teamed up to fight one religion, and that's like I'd call a holy war, right? I mean, that religion's disgusting and very vile. We haven't seen anything like it in a long time, or it hasn't popped its head out in a long time, but now it's here to stay. And we need to bomb them back to the Stone Age to never get a nuclear weapon or do anything wild like that again. We need to bring as many people to Christ as possible. Yeah, that could work. Or just, tell people to chill the F out. I'm not a preacher, man. I grew up Catholic, but I'm not preaching to nobody. I don't stand on the podium and tell people to do stuff. I just tell them not to F it up. And have fun, man. Life's supposed to be fun, especially here in the U.S. Things change. Do you know about Jehovah's Witnesses? Yeah, I know about Jehovah's Witnesses. Yeah, I've seen a couple of them. They believe in what's his name, John Smith, right? I think there's that Mormons. I can't remember. It's all pretty goofy, my friend. I'm not too big into religion. I grew up Catholic. My mom was a Catholic school teacher. I've been baptized, and I'd go to CCD and do my first communion, and I've baptized other people and became Godfather. And do I believe in it? Not really. Am I going to waste my time going to Sundays and praying to someone that I don't know? Not really, man. In the way that's why I think it's kind of like, it's the way I sound a little depressing. But you fight a war with me, and I'm going to tell you that man created this world. You just haven't seen the bad side of humanity. And once you see the good side, you'll realize man can do a lot. And if you look around you, just look out my window. All this was built by man. There was no Allah didn't build anything. The leprechauns didn't build anything. So I just where I come from, the only person that's going to reach down and help you and tell you some good advice is another dude, or maybe a female, because females do fight wars, gentlemen, as much as you don't think they do. I don't know why you would ever think that. Yeah, man, I'm sure people are trying to bring everyone to, Allah's side too. It's just it's a crapshoot, man. There's so many people on earth, you'll never be able to convince anybody about anything, especially as they get older. There's only one thing left to do when you can't convince people to relax and chill. That is go to war, fellas. No, that's IDs, okay. What do you think? What? Those people are funny. Oh, yeah, those people are funny. What do you think? Here's the thing, man. I think that if you want to believe in something and it makes you a better person and makes you feel good, dude, I'm Irish, brother. If you want to believe in leprechauns, more power to you. If you want to believe I'm Irish and Mexican, so I can, you can believe in leprechauns if you're Irish, and if you're Mexican, you can believe in the chupacabra, which is it's like the Bigfoot or something. It's just an animal running around Mexico and eating babies. That's what chupacabra is. But it's not real. They're just wolves. Or the kukui. Kukui's like the boogeyman. Someone's gonna kidnap you. Mexican culture is all about kidnapping and eating babies because the cartels. The kukui will get you, Mateo. If you're not good, the kukui. So it's just a belief. If that belief makes you a better person, man, like that's all it should be, right? Like it should just make you better, whether it's Jehovah's Witnesses or the Mormon ideology or the Amish. I just saw the Amish, in Utah not too long ago. The ladies show up and they're wearing the old school like dresses, from head to toe. Pretty cool. We act like Russia don't have a military industrial complex. They are happy to see this continue. What's up, Constitution Andy? That's pretty cool, dude. What's up, brother? Yeah, they do, man. They do have a vast military industrial complex. They can build a bunch of artillery shells and barrels, I'm sure. I'm sure they can produce tanks, but tanks are a little different than just ammunition. I personally, on a personal level, it's going to be very hard for Ukraine to win. I don't think they have just enough people to fight the war. Eventually, I think Zelensky will say, hey, man, if we keep fighting, we'll probably collapse. Sup, bro? Sure, they're winning this, though. For sure, they are winning. Oh, Russia? Yeah, I don't think, the one way I think Ukraine will surrender or whatever they're going to do is just because, they either give up the territory they have now or keep fighting, and that might lead to a crack, a complete failure of their military. I don't know, like no one knows those numbers, and if they can keep the fighting in those areas and not lose as many peoples, I don't know if they are or not, they can hold out. And the only way I think Russia would lose, their military has to crack. They would have to give up. Like, dude, we're just dying out here. I can see that happening for Russia too, because it's happened before in the Tsar's day and age. You don't know history. they just gave up and walked home, and then overthrew their government, the military, and then we had communist Russia, the USSR, the Soviet Union with Stalin, which they defeated Germany, but they didn't really defeat Germany, as in they just threw millions of more people into the field of battle than Germany can ever manage. I think that's what's going to happen. Either Germany's Ukraine, Russia's Russia. If Russia keeps throwing bodies at the German offense, but then that's the point. Like, Ukraine's not on the offensive; they're on the defensive. So the battlefield has changed. I don't care who's fighting Russia. If Germany kept going on the offensive, Russia had just way more people, and that's how the German army collapsed. Ukraine's not on the offensive. They are standing ground, and Russia keeps throwing bodies. I can see it going both ways, man. I really can. I can see Russia's army saying, dude, we can't fight no more. We have no people. We've lost a lot. It's not about the victory. It's what you have left after the victory, because if you don't have anything left, then that's not a victory. It's just a political war. What's up, Phil? How you doing, brother? Semper Fi, man. Welcome to the compound, fellas. I'm glad everyone's here. Who is that? Phil Prods? What's up, man? How you doing, brother? Just shooting the stuff with the Constitution Andy, and we got Low C in the building, a couple other folks. But we're just talking about the war in Russia, and who's gonna win and what could happen, stuff like that, man. So Israel, Gaza. I'm a ex-military Marine Corps veteran, man. 5811 military police, raw. Woo! But yeah, I don't really have a side. I would love Ukraine to win. That'd be great. I think they will. Here's the deal. I really think Ukraine will win because their grandparents, their great-grandparents, and it just happened so, like, the guys that are fighting, the fathers and the sons have been invaded. The parents have not, because it's been at a time of peace, but they seen the USSR crack. And then the grandparents were invaded by Germany. The other great-grandparents were invaded by Russia multiple times. Just like Poland, I think the citizens are extremely tired of it, and I think that's what you're seeing right now is just a bunch of Ukrainians just saying, dude, they're fighting for literally their freedom, like just how Americans did with the Revolutionary War and the Civil War and the Indian Wars and World War I and World War II, but Ukraine and Poland, I think, are just kind of over it, dude. Just like this has to stop. Poland, same thing. Right? It's kind of getting old, man. I mean, Poland's been invaded by Russia and Germany. I think Russia and Germany in the First World War, Russia and Germany in the Second World War. It gets old, and Poland has a legit army. Let's see, will Russia win the special Yes, 36 said yes, 64 said no. Wow. Wow. Oh, I got an email. All right. Let's go. I don't know, man. If you think Russia's gonna win, more power to you. Oh, wait. Oh, I can. It is Friday, right? Oh, perfect. Wait, I don't want to end the poll. Is this it? No, it's not this one. This one? I don't know which one to go to, damn it. Sorry guys, I'm kind of busy. Kind of busy with all this nonsense. Man, I haven't, that's why I haven't had my energy drink. Oh, that's why I feel like garbage right now. I feel sluggish, right? Let's go to this. Well, let's do this, huh? Oh boy, I totally screwed that up. Oh my goodness. West. There we go. There we go, fellas. What's up, devils? Compound's open. Alright, let's go check this one out, and then we'll go to the beach. Actually, let's go to the beach right now. No, it's enough. Dude, is it this one? I don't freaking remember. Alright, I'm taking a chance, boys. I'm taking a chance. 5-7. Alright. I wonder. Give me a sec, fellas. I'm gonna jump in this real quick. Gotta take care of some business real quick. Give me a moment. Right. My good old binder. Be right back, fellas. Woo! You know, not having that energy drink kind of sucks. Kind of does, man. I got like, I'm sluggish. Let me get some water. That will do the trick. Got my jug. What's up, devils? Welcome to the compound, brothers. Come join me in the minivan pimping. Minivan pimping, fellas. God, that bottle's loud. All right. And we're off. Welcome to Southern California, gentlemen. If you're new here, what up? Welcome to the Thunderdome. Oh my God, none of these places are going to be open. Oh boy. Oh boy. It's my second day without those energy drinks, right? I didn't drink one yesterday, nor today, and I don't drink them during the weekend, which is great. So by Monday, I'll be out of the withdrawals. I love my sugar in the morning, man. Sugar in the morning, like a donut or I don't even know. All I eat is those damn donuts. I might start working out sooner or later, maybe. I started a little bit not too long ago, but I'll do it again. I need a break though before I blow out my kneecaps. People think Russia's gonna win. I don't really think Russia will. Dude, that's a sweet little skateboard. What the heck? Dude, there's little oh, dude. I wish I could skate again. I wish I was like, damn it, dude. When I was little, we didn't have any of this skate stuff. We had to like sneak into schools and skate in the school and then get chased out of the malls. But now it's a little skate park right in front of a school or that's dope, dude. That's so dope. Oh, there's a little half pipe. What in God's green earth, dude? What the heck? I didn't get any of that crap when I was younger, man. What the hell? Not cool, dude. Not cool. Well, I'm still really hungry. And I haven't taken my vitamins. That's why I used to eat the donuts, to take my vitamins so I wouldn't throw them up. The Centrum, if you take a Centrum on an empty stomach, man, you'll throw it up. I've done it. I've done it multiple times. One day at a time, huh? Yeah, a lot of people think Russia's will win. I don't know why. They still got that, you know, they defeated Germany. They didn't really defeat Germany. They just killed a bunch of their own people until Germany couldn't go to war anymore. That takes no skill. Zero skill. And they still fight like that. And that's going to be their downfall. Watch. That's what I'm saying. It's 2024 and they still fight like they're in 1941. You know, they line up a bunch of artillery pieces, they shoot into an area blindly, then they send troops in, and they try to send more troops in than you can mass, and that's how they take over territory and land. That's not a skill. That's not how militaries function. Not at all. Not at all. So people think they're just people that don't know anything about war or war tactics, or you can hear the experts on the TV, or this. I think people are looking at the size of the country. Yeah, that too. Size of the country. Yeah, that's a big one. Look how big Russia is. They half of Russia's not even. I would say 75% of Russia is not even populated, man. You can't get there. Or it's just one road going towards one city out in the middle of Siberia. And having a country that big is probably more of a detriment to your military than anything, because your military has to hold on to the borders. So you have one military way up here in the northern Arctic, and then by China, and then North Korea, then their military is spread out. And it's not even a military, it's just people in uniform. That's what I mean. It's just people in uniform trying to get a paycheck. That's how Russia fights their wars. They draft or hire or however people serve in the military. I don't know how they really do it, nor do I care, but I would say 90%, 99% of the people in the Russian military are just doing it for the paycheck. For sure. I can almost guarantee it. Because they're poor. Would you rather get a paycheck and be poor, or not get a paycheck and be really poor? There's no jobs out there. There's no job in Siberia that's going to help you with the bills. And I've told this many a times. You can say, well, Matt, that's what 99% of Americans in our military, just want a paycheck. I would say probably 50% of them do, and the other 50 actually want to be there. Maybe even more. I would say like 75% actually want to be there. 25% are there for a paycheck. Almost guaranteed. I can guarantee that. Because I was in the military, guys, and I know at any time when you're in the military, you can get up and you can go home and you don't ever have to come back. There's no one's going to throw you in jail. You're not going to go, you just go home and that's it. You turn in your gear, say, I'm done. Done. You'll get a dishonorable discharge, which affects you as much as, I don't know, nothing. All you have to do is not tell people you're dishonorably discharged, and you'll be just fine. Maybe you can't be a federal employee, which is fine because working for the government sucks. So I don't know. Yeah, people look at the country and say, oh, it's so much bigger, and Russia puts out good propaganda. Or constitutional landy, was it constitutional landy? For sure they are winning this though. Oh, constitutional, yeah, I mean, the only way Russia will win the war is if Ukraine runs out of people, or I don't think they'll run out of people. They'll have an idea where, hey, we either give up this land or all of Ukraine is gone. It's cutting off your arm to sacrificing the body. And the minute they do that, they'll lose their country anyways. So if I were Zelensky, I would pull a Germany in circa 1945 and say, you got to come get me, mofos. The only way I'm surrendering this country is or giving you any land, is if you take me down. That's what I would do. I would build myself a little bunker and say, this is my tomb, this is my gravesite. Because the minute they give up any territory, Russia will just keep, that's Ukraine will never be free again. This is it. I mean, this is really it for Ukraine. If they don't kick Russia out, and embarrass them, there'll be no such thing as Ukraine or Ukrainian people. They'll get squished. And this is it. Like, you throw in your best fighter, you lose to never rise again. And if you surrender, you'll never rise again. That was Adolf's big pet peeve. They said we built a huge country, built a huge military. The German, the Luftwaffe, and they had a huge, very well disciplined military, and they surrendered it. And he said, never, you can never surrender like that. But the Kaiser, he said we need to either surrender and save the army and Germany, or it's going to be a total collapse. And 20 years later, Adolf got into power and said, doesn't matter whether it's collapsing or not, we don't surrender. And that was it. That's what the only thing we can compare Ukraine to is something like that. Now, if Ukraine surrenders the Donbass region and the Donetsk regions or whatever, they're just stalling out time for the rest of the country to collapse into Russian control. And then once that happens, the men of that country will never stand up to fight again. It'll be one of the saddest things we'll ever witness. Because they're having their shot right now. They have their shot right now to kick Russia out, but I don't know. It's a struggle. You can always go back and forth. It doesn't look like Russia's doing good. Constitutional Andy, I know you're excited about their big war machine and all that. There comes a time and a place where it doesn't matter how big your military is. If they can't fight, nor do they want to, you're going to be in a world of hurt. And remember, it doesn't matter what, Russia can say they have control of the Donbass all they want. If I lived in that area and I was Ukrainian, I'd be like, I don't care what the government says. Like, the Russians are right there. I used to walk down that street. Now I'm just going to go back and grab my pistola, and me and my boys are going to go out and start this war all over again. It's, there's not going to ever be a DMZ line like North and South Korea. I don't believe. Because the minute they do that, Ukraine will lose. The minute Ukraine stops fighting, it's over. If they capitulate in any sort of way to Russia in any form or fashion, if Russia wants a ceasefire, I'd be like, go ahead, man. My boys are still going to do what boys do, and that's going to be shooting at you from a distance, defending the territory that we own. And if Russia wants that territory and it's your life or defending the territory, you let the territory go, regroup, reorganize, get another defensive position, and re-engage. And that's what Ukraine's doing. And the losses in Russia's side has to be astronomical, dude. It has to be astronomical. They probably don't even know how many people have they sent into the meat grinder. Ukraine, I'm pretty sure will know, but Russia, no way. I mean, they're emptying out prisons. They're getting people from Africa and China. There's no way they would ever know. And they misconstrue the reports. Half of those reports of KIA and MIA people, I don't really believe, because there's no way someone's out there, 10 people passed today, okay, tick, 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 tick. I don't think that happens. There's no way. Total Tech, what's up, bro? It's not about land or lives lost. It's about control and corruption. It's about energy and resources. It's about making money and controlling the economy on the global scale. Good point. You have a good point. Yeah, resources. Yeah, Putin can flex more. Yeah, that's a great point. It's about control and corruption. Yeah, and the more control Russia has, the more corrupt people will become. And that's what Russia wants. That's what Russia wants. Yeah, you're right, Total. Yeah, that's good. Controlling the economy, price setting, like Kamala wants to do. That's controlling the economy. That's some official that has never ran a business or doesn't know anything about business is setting a price for other businesses. That is the definition of communism. Yeah. Yeah, you're right, Total. I think those are mainly Russian objectives. If you got them in a room, they're going to tell you, oh, we need this, we need that, and it's not about land or the people, but it's about the resources, and yeah, I agree with that. I think that's Russia's state. But if you have a point of view like that for Russia, I think that's really hard to win a war about, because winning a war is not about, it's about cutting off resources. You don't really have to even defeat the army. Like Russia defeated the 6th Army in Stalingrad. Ukraine doesn't have to defeat Russia's army and Ukraine. They just have to strangle them, make it so bad where it's just not worth fighting anymore. And I think they're doing a good job doing it. I don't know how long they can do it for. That's the issue. But with this new invasion up north, man, it could really damage the Russian army in the east. Could really hurt them. I mean, Russia has a huge, swath of land to cover. And if there's so much land and Russia has so much crap everywhere. If Ukraine is very trained, very disciplined, and the troops want to be there and are willing to sacrifice their being for the purpose of this war, Ukraine can start flicking points of interest, hitting this, and I think they're doing that, but it can't come from the top down. It has to come from the bottom up. The troops have to be out there in the field, man, putting their lives at risk and going after them. And just like in World War II when Germany invaded Russia, they would, mass surrenderings, like a couple 100,000, 500,000 people all at one time would surrender to the Wehrmacht out there in Ukraine and in Russia. They all started surrendering. Adolf declared victory because there were so many people surrendering. And that's because Germany moves super fast through Russia. I think that's what Ukraine can do in a sense. I think they can do it better. I think they can cut them off as they're on the front line, so it would just be more devastating. I don't know where. Excuse me. I don't know where the Russian army surrendered in Ukraine back in the day or in Russia, but they must have saw the German military tanks and said, oh, dude, we're screwed. Like, we can't stop this. And then they got behind them. I don't know. We'll see. They have a lot to lose. Russians don't want to be pushed around, don't want to be pushed around too, but it's simply, they have a lot to lose. Oh yeah, they got a lot. I don't think. See, this is the difference. I don't think the average Russian soldier has. The only thing he has to lose is life. Russia as a country has an a lot to lose, and that's, I think, the difference between, you talk. I think there's a misconnection between, Russia has a lot to lose. Putin could really go down for this. You're thinking like in a big sense of, you're thinking like the head of an organization. You got to think about the bottom of the organization. The lowest person that's fighting your war doesn't care about any of this. Doesn't care about the industrial war complex. Doesn't care about the Russian military. Doesn't care about the politicians. The only thing the lowest person ranking the Russian army that's actually fighting the war, which I was fighting the American war in Iraq, is going home. It's, they realize that they don't care about the war. The war is, you're gonna die. So it's going home, or how do I get home? If somehow, in the Middle East, I would have never surrendered, because being an infidel, they're just gonna kill you. But if you're Russian, you surrender Ukraine, you're going to be safe, for the most part. If you're Ukrainian, you surrender to Russia, you might be less safe, but safe. That's how I think. I don't think as, Russia has a lot to lose. Like Russia's already losing. They just haven't fully collapsed yet. It's already, it went from 3 days, we were going to take Kiev, to 5, now it's been 3 years. They had a lot of control, now they have no control over most of Ukraine, and they just try to control these 2 regions, which they're barely controlling. Like the Donbass, they only have control over like 40% of the region. And then now Ukraine's punching a hole through Russia. It's like, dude, the only person to lose in this war is Russia. Ukraine's already blown to shit. They have nothing to lose. Russia has everything to lose, and they're losing it inch by inch. But I just don't know how long Ukraine can do it. I respect what you're saying. I agree. Yeah, no, I agree. We're just you're doing this and I'm doing this, and we're I agree with you too. We're right in the middle now. Yeah, I think there's a lot. I agree with you too, man. Yeah. I just always think about the weakest soldier on the battlefield. What is he thinking of? I guarantee he's thinking about going home to his mom, trying to talk to his girlfriend. He wants to talk to his dad. Whether Russia surrenders or not, he gets to go home. That's what I think. I put my money on that than anything else. Like, if I'm a betting man, which I am, I like me some Texas Hold'em boys. And if I look at the military, I'll look at Russia's military's lowest soldier, and then Ukrainians' lowest soldier, youngest and less rank, and I want to talk to him, and I would ask him, what are you fighting for? And you'll get 2 different answers, of course, but the Ukrainian guy will know the consequences if he doesn't fight. He'll know that the next step, if Ukraine folds, is his mom, is his sister. His sister will be, a Russian bride. His mom, same, because the dad and son will be dead. So he knows the consequences if Ukraine loses. Russia, that soldier, he won't know the consequences, because he can just go home. Like he wants to go home too, But if Russia loses, his mom and sisters will be fine. You know, that's where I kind of come from, right? Yeah. I think we in Total Tech, we came up some good information right now, man. This is what happens when I don't have my energy drink. I can think more clearly. And a bunch of sugar in the morning. But we'll see, because Russia will force its people to fight, you know, and there will be some people that will be willing, but the training, you know, I just don't see it. I will in Ukraine. I don't see it with Ukraine either, but I don't know how many people Ukraine has in their military. That's the question. You don't know pretty much. I don't know anything about Ukraine's military besides that they just form up across from Russia and just kind of slowly retreat as Russia takes more and more territory inch by inch. And I don't know how many people Russia's losing. I mean, I see the stats, but when you're on an offensive footing, you need to outnumber, you know, the defenders at least 10-1, some insane number like that. I don't know, man. It's going to be very interesting in this next election and all this other stuff. Total Tech, man. You come up with some good questions and some good knowledge, dude. You really do. You really do. You're a very smart person. You always get me thinking. If Ukraine starts, I don't know, man, like that offense maneuver that they did was very ballsy. And all those troops could have been used on the front line with Russia, but you know, if you're playing a game, you know, war is a game, guys. It's based on skill, knowledge, communication. How much are you willing to sacrifice? But when you're talking about sacrifice, think about how much you personally are willing to sacrifice. You know, what are you willing to do? Not what control you have over others, and that's I think with the training the Ukrainian military did these past 2 years as they're at war, they got training on the fly. You know, with all the weapons that we gave them. When you start training with American soldiers, I will end up telling you the war falls on your hands. We fight the war. We do. You know, me, Total Tech, Jacob does. What's up, Jacob? How you been, brother? Ukraine has every right to bring the fight to Russia. Hell yeah, they do, brother. Hell yeah, Jacob. Insane to think you can invade a neighbor and then throw a fit when territory is occupied. I agree. Yeah. What's up, dog? What's up, Jacob? No, man, you're right, dude. And either Russia wasn't paying attention or they're just that dumb, dude. And like when you're training with Americans, American troops are just based king. When you're training with American troops and all that, you know, the first thing I always tell new recruits or new Marines that came into my unit was, we fight the war. It doesn't matter what the higher ups say. They can say all the nonsense about weapons of mass destruction in Iraq and terrorist organization that's fine, but when we go outside the wire, we fight the war. And if we give up ground to save our own asses, then so be it. You know, we'll stop, regroup, dig in again and re-engage, but we're not going to hold land for no reason. You know, that doesn't exist in our world. Now, that's why we arm the citizens of America, because the military is not going to be there to protect the citizens of the country. The military is going to be there to protect the country against other whatever. But, you know, you have to defend yourself. And then in my world, we fight the wars, you know. Jacob does. Total Tech, we fight the wars. So all this weird stuff about shoot, I need to get over. Uh-oh. Another double shot of whiskey. Whew. You know, just remember, think about war as in you, if you were fighting it, you know, how much effort would you put into that battle? You know, don't worry about dying, don't worry about any of that. How much effort would you, and do you like the people that are leading you into that battle? That's very important in morale and all that stuff. And I base a lot of my decisions off morale. I just can't, you know, I'm a 22-year-old dude getting sent into Ukraine, and you know there's rumors going around where it's basically a meat grinder. You know, when I get into the front lines, I'm basically just on survival mode. I'm not trying to win the war or do certain objectives. I'm just surviving. I might be pushed forward to occupy like Buckmud or whatever that town was, but I still don't want to do it. In my war, in our war, guys, drive safe, please keep your eyes on the road. I will, Jacob. Thanks for the heads up, brother. In my war in Iraq, we had objectives to go to, and if that objective was succeeded, we dug in, held the ground, and then if something happened, we would retreat, figure out what happened, where we got attacked from, what they used, regroup, look at the objective again, and go get it again, you know. And then after we get it a second time, we understand how the enemy took it from us the first time, then we prepare for that. So in the military, especially in the Marine Corps, we're always preparing for the worst and hoping for the best. But in my war, I wanted to fight. Everyone I was with wanted to fight. You know, it's an amazing thing to look at. That's why I always love talking about the Marine Corps and the camaraderie that we have with each other. Especially, you know, if you were on yesterday, that guy came on and he was Brian. He came on. He was an ex-Marine from like 90s or the 60s. I couldn't tell. I forgot. 80s maybe. But every Marine wants to fight. There's not, and if you don't, you just say, hey, I don't want to do this, and we'll leave you in the rear. You know, there's plenty of jobs to do in the rear with the gear. You know, you can help make meals, you can help load ammo, but you don't have to be on the front line. There's not an option, but there is an option, because the troops that, you know, like me, I won't want you with me, because you'll just get us killed. So that's how I compare militaries. I'm not so worried about how many tanks they build or the ammo they can supply. I am, because that's a really big part of it. The first thing I really want to know is how motivating. Give me 50 guys in the front line, and I want to know how motivated they are. Motivation's a big key in war. How dedicated they are, how much commitment they have. And then I would like to just talk to them to see how much training they went through. You know, shooting maneuvers, your 5s and 25s, 2 to 4 tires. You know, there's things you do in war to protect yourself to get the objective done. Or the biggest problem Russia might have is there is no objective. They're literally just there because Putin wants them there to get more land. That's great. But as an individual soldier or individual Marine, that doesn't leave me with a lot of options. Or just to kill the army. An army is it has infinite amount of resources for the most part. So if you go out and say we're going to defeat the other army, you're talking about an entire population. I mean, really. Ubermenschen, you know, subhuman. I don't want to defeat. We didn't defeat Saddam's the Republican Guard We effed them up really bad. But in the end of the day, they all surrendered. You know, the whole army surrendered to us almost. I would say more than half, because the Saddam's army, those guys out there were left out there to die. You leave your troops out there to die, they're going to surrender because that's a better option than dying. So I think that's what will happen. I've seen it in Iraq, in the Iraq army. When the supply routes start being cut off, troops will surrender, man. I mean, the 6th Army surrendered inside of Stalingrad. They knew they were going to all die. They knew it. They had to have. And I don't know how many surrendered in Stalingrad, but I think like 10,000 of them were still were actually released in the 80s, some ridiculous number like that. So it could be you got to talk. You know, if you're ever a CEO or a big time boss man at a company and you want to know what's going on in your company, talk to the guy that they just hired. He'll tell you everything. He'll tell you the truth. He'll be like, "Oh, I don't understand what's going on here, man. I wasn't taught that." But he has to have impunity, because he's gonna dime on them. So I always tell the truth, because usually when you have a good boss or a good sergeant, you're up to speed with everybody. You have a good boss that always talking to you about work, training, trying to get you to do the right thing. Some people see that as micromanaging. That could be. Depending on the contents of the conversation, but you get a good boss that's trying to motivate you. Hey man, you did a good job. You're taking take half the day. You appreciate the things that the company will do for you, so you do more for the company. That's how the military or the Marine Corps kind of works. It trains you up so well that when you're at a stage of training and then you go implement that training into actual combat, you realize, oh, I thought this training was just to get you to listen and be all gung-ho, but no, it all comes into effect in war. And then you have to pass that knowledge down in a way that someone that doesn't know what you're talking about knows what you're talking about. It's hard, man, and training Marines is hard, and it takes years. Before I even left to Iraq, it was a whole year of training, straight training, Monday through Sunday, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. The only time it wasn't a 24-hour day, because you're not up for 24 hours. It's because you were sleeping. So I think we all got 6 hours of sleep, so 18 hours a day. It's constant. It's so constant that it changes your vocabulary. It changes the way you think. It makes you more, not so much self-centered, but more aware of your surroundings. You don't end up taking any bullcrap from people. You don't really end up listening to anybody, because the knowledge that you have, you can sustain your own being. So, when people start talking to you, it's usually in a conversation of they need something from you. Oh, hey, can you help me with this? It's like, no, dude, go figure it out on your own. Improvise, adapt, and overcome, Devil Dog. Brian reminded me of that favorite Marine Corps saying, dude. That's if I was if I was training Russian troops, and for some reason they asked me a question, that's the first things I would say. Improvise, adapt, and overcome, Devil. Adapt and overcome. That's true, because no matter, you just have to think about the problem and solve the problem. And if there's a military that's invading your land, it's not really your land. We live on Earth. It's like the Indian Wars. We took their land. Well, you can't own Earth. You just can't. You can fight for it. You can defend it, but you can't own it. No one owns really anything. Except for China. They own China. Chinese government owns the Chinese land. Because they're communism. You know, and if the one civilization wants something else to use, they're fighting for it. And Ukraine's fighting for it. And they got the backing of, you know, the U.S. and Great Britain and France, and so the Cold War is still happening. It just went hot with Ukraine. So, you know, all of our tanks, all of our helicopters, all Americans, troop transports, everything that we've built in the last 100 years was literally to go to war with Russia. The Strikers, the Bradleys, our M1 Abrams, the Warthogs, all of our fighter jets, you know, it was all to go to war with Russia. It was specifically designed to go to war with Russia. And now someone can use it, and the damages are wild. You know, Ukraine's really putting the hammer on Russia, and it's pretty interesting to hear and watch. And if you know, and Russia's problem is, you know, they launch a $10 million missile and hit an apartment building, which does nothing. It does nothing but irritate the Ukrainians, right? Why would you smash an apartment building? What does an apartment building have to do with an objective of conquering a country? It doesn't. It has no objective in it. But you will make more enemies by doing that. A lot more. Like in Iraq, we didn't bomb apartment buildings. We didn't bomb houses or structures like that. We bombed government buildings, bunkers that we knew that they had. You know, you can totally tell which one's in a military building and not. I'm sure we had some mess ups, but you know, no one's perfect. If the government cared about its people, they wouldn't do that, you know. So I don't. If there's someone, you know, if someone's picking on you or bullying you, like in school, and he's standing next to his buddy and his buddy's laughing, and you swing at the guy that's bullying you and you hit his buddy that's laughing at you, well, you know, my bad. Yeah. And then swing again and hit the guy that actually picked on you. But, you know, you are who you hang with. Your friends are your reality. Stuff like that. Yeah, I can ramble. Be safe, please. Keep your eyes on the road. Jacob, my man, I hope you liked and subscribed, brother. That'd be cool, man. You came in with some fire. I appreciate it, man. You guys don't forget to like and subscribe, and don't forget to vote. What did I write? Will Russia win the special military occupation? What is it? It's a no, right? Yeah, 32 say yes. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. That's not bad. And remember, Russia never had their objective was to take Kiev in 5 days. What happened with that? So they keep changing the goalpost. You know, they said, hey guys, and the troops never even knew the objective, and that's why they never took it. I mean, you guys got to look at the videos, man. Of, you know, there was about 50 helicopters flying into Ukraine. You know, low flying into Ukraine. They all followed each other. Man, it's unreal looking. It's unreal. That's so scary, man. And they all got whacked, dude. All the airborne guys, the KDV guys. And you notice when Russia, you know, gets hit by something and their first words out of their mouth is, "Oh, we'll bring up the reserves to there. We have some. We'll pull the reserves, and bring them over." You know, there's what happened to their regular army? They don't. Do they even have one anymore? I don't. Or are they just all reserves or conscripts? Because I think a lot of the guys that started this war are not alive anymore. Russia don't do that. Russia don't rotate their troops out. They don't rotate the experienced ones out and have them train the non-experienced as they go in, and they rotate like that. I think everyone that started this war, they're all gone. So there's no veterancy in the Russian military. It's kind of scary. It's really scary. What the hell? This guy has a bunch of... Oh, there's a... No, that's just a kid. No, that guy's a Jehovah's Witness for sure. Jehovah's Witness wears the shirt and tie, and they ride around on bikes with helmets. That was a joke. Yeah, I can tell. It was like a teenager kid that dressed nice. No way. Not in freaking California. It doesn't happen. All right, I made it to the right stop. I found the right address. Perfect. Perfecto. Perfecto. Is it open? No. Club Pilates is not open, guys. I gotta go somewhere else for my Pilates today. Darn. Gosh darn it. Oh. Anyways, devils, that's it for me today. Drive safe. Live the life. Love your children and blah, 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 and parents, and tell everyone that you love them, and you hear from them, and take it easy, guys, and I'll see you later today after a busy day. It's Friday. I'm going to have a beer at the end of the day. I'm very excited, so stay tuned. I'll, Losi, I appreciate it. Jacob, Total Tech, appreciate it, guys. Love you guys, man. Without you, I would just be some weirdo talking to myself. Constitutional Andy came in with fire. Appreciate it. Agree to disagree, guys, or we all agree together. As long as we're talking and sorting through the BS, I appreciate it. Anyways, Super Fi.